What's up, my YouTube family? Today, back sharing with you another one of our cars. Pretty neat car here. First, I want to thank you guys, everybody. Last video of the 65 Ford crew. We're at 15,000 views now. That's pretty awesome. I've never really taken time to post a bunch of videos on here, but I might get more warmed up and do quite a few more because we have quite a few more pretty cool, unique cars over here. Well, on to this one. This one today, if you're looking at that emblem right there, maybe some of you can guess right off the bat what this baby is. I mean, we know it's an Olds. Car has a really cool story. Picked her up a few years ago from the original owner. Well, original owner's son was the person I purchased this car from. Kind of fell into my lap. It was interesting. I had a Ford Excursion that I had posted for sale, and gentleman was in a bind, couldn't come down and look at it to purchase it. You know, he had an ill wife that he was purchasing that truck to transport her around in, and he just at the end of the day asked me, man, can you possibly bring the truck up to me so I can look at it? I know I want to buy it. That's something I never, ever, ever do, because usually it's a waste of my time. But, you know, I felt for the dude. He lived up in a town here just 20 minutes north of me, up in Healdsburg, California, Northern California. So I was like, heck with it. Let's drive it up there, give this guy a chance. So drive the Excursion up there for this gentleman. And right next door at his neighbor's house was this baby just sitting there, right in front of the guy's garage. So I'm up there, do the deal. The guy loves the Excursion, makes the deal on it, buys it, makes it his. I go next door, the guy's sitting out front, and lo and behold, this beauty. Took about a month and a half to buy it from this gentleman. Learning more about it here as we get around it. You see the gold, you see the black. Look at this. W-30, 1979. Fantastic car. I get to talking to the owner, you know, learning more about this car. He's explaining to me, yeah, man, I saw this car down here on the showroom floor. Pontiac Silvera Pontiac up out of Healdsburg had this car on the showroom floor. He goes, I fell in love with this car. It was beautiful, so I bought it for my mom. And I'm like, what the heck? How's a guy buy this car brand new for his mom? Well, family, decently successful here in Northern California. So that's where the car lived with that family its entire life. Took a little bit of prying on him because he'd had a lot of memories with this car. As you see, it's in pretty darn good shape. Really well taken care of. I just put these shoes on her over the weekend. Figured why not get some raised white letters for it, give it that clean classic look. I believe this car to be 100% original, but no guarantees on that. Owner said that it had never been painted. It's had little touch-up paint here and there from years of detailing it. Paint getting thin on sharp corners. But this car tells the tale of a W-30. It's kind of funny when GM decided to build these cars. They made, what, 2,499 of them? They had to keep it under, what, 2,500 cars total to be able to get past emissions and stick the 5.7 Olds motor in there. And here you have it. This car is pretty darn nice. You're seeing a video of it because I'm going through preparations to let this thing go. I've owned it for probably 4 years now. I have not gotten to enjoy it, but like my other cars, tend to buy a bunch of really cool, unique cars. It's about owning them for a bit. If it's not a Fox body Mustang or another Mustang in the 60s fastback, I don't tend to keep them. But, you know, my wife loved driving this thing because it drives like a freaking cloud. Very clean inside. Runs and drives, passes California smog. Well, at least it did What, 2 years ago when I did transfer, 3 years ago. Original floor mats. Of course, you got a little bit of cracking on the dash. There's the beautiful part about it, that Hurst dual gate shifter that comes in these things. But yeah, the W-30 car, package car, pretty neat car. About half of the 2,500 or 2,499 were black and gold. Then there was the white and gold option. A little bit of headliner sag there. No big deal. My goal is to leave this car alone, clean it up, push it on to the next person. They can decide if they want to go through and fix the headliner. I didn't want to risk pulling any paneling down and breaking something. Just leave her how she is. I have these missing moldings. They came with the car. They had fallen off years ago. Gonna put them back on. There's the passenger side one missing here on the door. Passenger rear quarter one missing. And then driver's door one was hanging off. The one molding that is proving to be impossible to find is that little sucker right down there. That stainless trim come forward, meets the fender right there. I've searched and searched and searched, cannot find one. If anybody has one, reach out. But I'm pretty sure it needs to be 78 to 80. Anything newer is a wider trim. But I'm not an expert on these cars, just tried to learn a little bit while I've owned it. But yeah, we'll finish, do a little walk around with it. Pretty darn clean though. She's got some scuffs, scratches here and there, like I said. It's not perfect, but really, is there one that's perfect? Take a look inside the trunk. The trunk is phenomenal. Doesn't look like anything's ever been inside this trunk. Look at the carpet. Holy moly. Spare tire, jack, everything mounted in its factory position. I've never taken it out, nor did the previous owner. Look at there. So cool to see. But yeah, going through preps. She is going to be posted on Bring a Trailer. So this is a heads up video for anybody that looks at this video, watches this video. Think you may be interested in making this car yours? Fire away. I'm looking at trying to get it posted there. It's just up to their system. Probably within the next month it'll get finalized and get posted for live auction. Doors open great. Interior is pretty darn clean. Power, driver's seat, passenger seat manual, back seat, pretty phenomenal. Again, the original floor mats in this baby. No cracking on the driver's door panel or the passenger's door panel. Steering wheel is in excellent condition. Unfortunately, original owner could not find the original radio for me. He looked and looked and looked. I was hoping to be able to get all original paperwork. He could not find it, which is understandable. You know, he's owned the car for 40 years plus. Things get kind of tossed around, hidden under stuff, and you'd never think to keep those papers. So now, here, look at the odometer. This is claimed to be original mileage by the previous owner. They lived in that small town of Healdsburg. His mom rarely drove it. I believe it to be correct, just based on condition of this car overall. that says 40,604 miles. Of course, that rolls over at 100,000, but like I said, I'm just going by previous owner's statement telling me, oh, heck no, this thing has never gone over 100,000 miles. Mom just drove it around, kept it here, kept it local, popped it around. I think the gentleman that I bought it from was in his mid-70s, early 70s. Listen to how this door closes. That's crazy. But yeah, you've got typical, these cars when they were painted, decided to be turned into these W-30 cars. They took the black cars, did very minimal prep work. And I don't even think they did prep them. They took an all black car, sprayed the gold over it. So most all of them that you see that are original and correct, you're gonna see chipping gold off of the black. They did not adhere very well back then, you know. This car's held up quite well. Looks way better in video than it does in person. But man, I've seen a few of these cars in person before, and there's hardly any of the gold left on the top. Hardly any of the gold left on the hood. This car, pretty freaking cool. Wheels are all in fantastic shape. I don't think any of them have any curb shots on them. Again, I have this door molding to put back on. No rust on this car. Underside is pretty darn nice. Take a walk around. I got the hood propped up a little bit so we can open it nice and easy. It's pretty clean under the hood. Of course, I've already got it detailed and dressed. It looks pretty darn good. I'm not going to go any further and do anything crazier than what you see here. Everything intact. Factory AC does not work, which I'm sure you kind of expect. It's just the way it was when I got the car. Let you drool for a minute. But yeah, if you're watching this video, feel free, take a look if you haven't seen my crew cab video on that 65 Ford. I haven't decided exactly what to do with that truck. She's just sitting and waiting. But I have lots of other cars that are project cars, lots of Mustangs. But yeah, time to say goodbye to you. Let everybody look for another second, do another quick walk around. But like I said again, this car is one that is slated to leave. One little dent, looks like something fell on the roof years ago, probably when it was sitting in his garage, who knows. Really a pretty special car. Well, maybe on my next video, I'll let you guys take you on a tour of the rest of the yard, rest of the shop. I'll let you go check out some of the Fox body Mustangs. I'm big into the Fox bodies. I love me some Fox bodies. Had my first one when I was, 14 years old, a 1979 coupe. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for a next video. Go ahead, feel free, comment. Let me know what you think of this car. Be interesting to see where it goes on auction. I'm a guy that believes in my cars. When I put them up for sale, she is going to go no reserve. And hopefully it finds its next caretaker that loves it as much as I did, and especially the folks that were the original owners. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.